Let's play some hockey.
You are watching Gouche Live featuring Paul Rosen. There's Rosie, and it's brought to you by the good people at the Hockey News and, of course, Sports Illustrated.
Yes, and Paramount Sports Management. Hopefully we'll be back there one day.
We will be there very soon. Listen, lots going on. We're looking forward to have a conversation with the assistant coach of Team Germany under 20, and, of course, Schopy, our European correspondent, will join us about 10, 15 minutes. I just wanted to touch base with you prior to getting going. Listen, the NHL has become Europe. They're Europeans. You know, when I played over in Australia, in Germany, I had decals everywhere. The one funny one was I had one across my bum, and everybody laughed at that. The whole team had it. And I kind of questioned, do you know that that's the number 2 spot of quality pictures? And you know why?
Because everybody looks at your bum?
No, the face-off.
Oh.
Didn't know that, did you?
I did not know that.
And I had a big bucket there in those days. I'll tell you what, they got extra money for my lid. Hey, listen, hello, David Walter Carlson. Thank you for joining us. We're always so happy to have guests like you continue on coming. We're going to talk about the NHL. The NHL has just allowed teams to get helmet sponsors. Only a couple of minutes, boom, they've already got helmet sponsors. Your Washington Capitals have got Capital One. Let's take a peek.
Yeah, that looks good. That's the you'd figure it. Capitals, Capital One, and I think their building is the Capital One Center, or they probably changed it a million times, but that makes sense. And who's the other one?
Well, it's funny. Our buddy Val just said they charge double for my bum. That's terrible. Prudential, who's a big sponsor, and I think it's the name of their facility for the the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, the Devils definitely is the Prudential Center. It's a beautiful glass front building, real nice, real nice.
Well, your thoughts on that? Will this bastardize the industry? Meaning that obviously, in Europe, you'll see, and Schopy will be able to verify that there's no team logo. Team logo is up on the shoulders. It's always the main sponsor on the front. And I played a couple of years, actually it was in Greyfrath, where they didn't have a team sponsor. So we put a logo, Auslander ist mein Freund. So
right.
It was so kind of cool, sending good messaging. Obviously, that's where the dollars are versus, you got the Toronto Maple Leafs. Imagine taking that logo off and putting, as you said, Viagra.
Oh, yeah, that was supposed to be in the green room, but
it's actually in the blue room.
I tell you one thing, Gooch, the Toronto Maple Leafs will determine the amount of money. I think Val said something about $1 million, and I think the Toronto Maple Leafs could get whatever they want for a company on their lid. I have no issue with it, Gooch. I think it's 2020 where times are changing.
Yeah, I guess it's almost like a tradition. You'll have a huge cry from the traditionalists. I think.
Oh yeah.
But you're right. You know what? I've got well over 400 jerseys, and that's not. You can testify. I'm not just making the story up.
No. You got over 400.
And what's really cool about those jerseys is they've all got different types of logos. Some of them, of course, from Europe. They've got 5 or 6 logos just running down one arm.
Yeah. Would you think that the NHL, like Gary Bettman or some type of committee, will have to agree to? You can't just put. I would think you can't just put any company could offer money, and it would be maybe not a proper company. If I'll say that in a nice way. Yeah.
Well, we're really excited to know that Schopy, our European correspondent, and our good friend Steffan from the Team Germany is in the background. We'll bring them up in just a second. But here's a good comment by Val, if he'll bring up the Toronto Raptors jersey. The NBA has been doing this for almost 2 years now, and it's subtle. You know what? you're right. I didn't even notice it. I'll be 100%. But that may not be a good thing, guys, if you don't notice it. But if that Harley Davidson was right on the front of the jersey, you're going to notice it. And that's what they do in Germany.
Yeah, absolutely. And I hope that it stays proper. I hope that it stays dignified and we don't go crazy.
Well, I don't think the NHL, they're clean. Gary Bettman's going to be the branding in the NHL and a lot of these sports teams are that. And that's no disrespect to Europe. Listen, some of the jerseys out of Europe are just absolutely spectacular. We'll get a chance to talk to Schopy and Steffan about that as we bring them up. Let's bring up Schopy. Schopes, what's going on?
Hi, everybody. Everything okay? Everybody.
Yeah. Long time. Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
Yeah, for you the same. Nice to see you again. I saw you yesterday in the Mercedes studio again.
Oh, that was an old one. Mercedes is not running very well these days.
No, that was yesterday, Paul. You were announcing your manuscript.
Oh, in the morning. Yes. I forgot about that. Yes, the manuscript. I'll send an autographed copy to you, Schopy, when we get it done in the end of March, beginning of April.
Paul, don't forget what Roger told you.
Yeah. Roger won't let me give any away for free.
So I'll buy it for Schopy, and I'll send it with our Gouche Live articles. Hey, listen, Schopy, the only reason why I haven't said, I've met Steffan before. He probably doesn't remember, but I played an exhibition game. I think he was in Dresden. I'm going to look it up. I had it up there. How do you say his last name properly?
Ziesche.
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 Yeah. Oh, I want to hear you say that.
Yeah, I'm out of respect. I'm just going to call him Steffan.
Okay, I think last Steffan, if that's okay, because that's going to be a tough one.
His nickname is Zed.
Zed?
Only Zed.
I love that. Okay, Zed. All right, listen, we'll bring Steffan up in 1 second. I just had one question to you before we got into it, Schopy. Obviously, we're hearing that numbers are up in Europe right now. Obviously, there's this issue with Gross Britannia, with Britain, this new influx of or a different variant of the illness. What's the feeling there right now? Is there anything that's going to throw off the DEL?
No, I think today we heard a lot of news from this virus, difficult virus. So our experts in Germany said it's not so difficult as everybody thought in Great Britain. So they opened the borders today again to France and to Germany. And so we hope that our experts in Germany are right. And so the virus is not so dangerous, or the different kind of virus not so dangerous for us as people in Great Britain said. So we have to wait, and then we will see what happened.
Yeah, I hope not, because it's getting scary, very scary in Toronto right now.
Yeah.
All right, listen, let's bring our guest up. How do you say it again? Teach?
Zed. Hi, Zed.
Hey, Zed. Steffan, how are you, buddy?
Schopy, hi.
Hi.
Hello, everybody else.
Yeah.
Well, fantastic that you joined us. You probably don't remember, but you were playing for Duisburg in 1996-97. We had a exhibition game, Freundschaftsspiel gegen Greyfrath, and I know you played with Thomas Werner, who was I played with Thomas also, and Udo Schmitz, I remember, and Arnold Brooks, a good friend of mine. So how about those for names?
That's funny. It's a long time ago, but I remember. Yeah, it's a funny.
Jochen Hecke was also there. Carsten Grossman, the goaltender. Gossman, I apologize. Brings back old memories. I tell you what, I'd love to be there. And thank you for coming to Edmonton to sit in your room. I think that's really cool.
Yeah, it's nice to be here. Situation is a little bit difficult for us now, but it is how it is, and we try to move on.
Hey, Ted, Paul Rosen is with us. Don't know if you know it. Paul won a gold medal for us in sledge hockey, big part of playing in Germany. He'll explain that to you in a few seconds, but thank you for joining both Paul and myself, and of course our European correspondent Schopy at Gouche Live. We are worldwide and having one of the best reporters with Schopy out of Krefeld. I think we'll go right off the bat about your playing career before we get into, obviously, Germany, as you know, has really developed under the Franz Reindl situation. The DB has really put their act together. They're spending a lot of time and energy in the youth program. When I got over there in 1988, I just saw a real big fraction. They weren't really working closely together with the DB and obviously the minor leagues, or sorry, the professional leagues there. Tell us the transition when you were playing in youth through to now. I don't know, were you on the DDR side of Berlin, or were you on the west side?
No, I'm from the east side of Germany, and we have a different minor program there, and sports as it's other population with sports in the east of Germany, and they put a lot of money in the sport to develop players or athletes, and there was different situation for me if I joined the other system.
Steffan, first of all, thank you so much for coming on the show. Great to meet you. I love Germany. We had a chance to play 7 years in a row from 2001 to 2008, the Deutschland Cup, while the German team was still in the A division. So love Germany. I want to get to, in the Olympics in 2018 in Korea. I had a chance to do the Paralympics, to call it. But Germany shocked the world with coming so close to winning a gold medal. And me and Gouche were cheering so much for you guys to beat Russia and win that gold medal. Were you shocked at the performance in 2018?
No, not shocked. A little bit surprised for sure, because we didn't start very well in the tournament. We lost the first game, I think, and then we moved on, and it was and then you can see there, it's a group of players there. They can play hockey on an international level. They can skate. They can and they can play. They can play hockey. In the past, we don't have so much offensive skill to score goals in an important time, and now I think goes up a group of players. They can skate, they can play hockey, and it makes a difference. And obviously, we have in the past we have good Ds, we have good goaltending, but the skills in an offensive game we miss a little bit. But I think it changed, and there's now a group of players, and what I can say, it's coming up another group of players now from the under 20, from the under 18 teams. They can play hockey pretty well on an international level. What do you need to be successful?
Well, obviously, we know that you're good friends with Schopy. You played in Krefeld for many years. Hope he didn't write anything bad about you. Or get a little fight going on here. I love it. Talk to us a little bit about today as you went through, playing in the East German and the West German. I was there when it all kind of came together. I got to play with Gerrit Vogel. I don't know if you know the name, Gerrit Vogel, and of course, Ingo Spantnek, goaltender, of course. They talked to me about, how they grew up and, hockey was their life. Is it the same now with you watching these kids getting the advantage to play at where you are now under 20? You guys are playing at a very high level. Obviously, back then it was kind of helter-skelter. We didn't know exactly where the Germans would place, but you've got to be awfully proud of where the German ice hockey has come from and where it is today. Walk us through that from your time growing through it to now. What has been the biggest difference?
The biggest difference is now, and from my time to now, is in the past we play and we love the sport. But I think it's no different to today. All the kids they start to play, they like and they love the sport. Different was we are in a situation. We are a little bit. I'm not sure if my English is good enough. We are a little bit privileged, and we couldn't move out of east of Germany. So if we play, we couldn't. we can go to Swiss, to West Germany. We play against the teams Sweden, Finns, Russia for sure, all the east countries, and we join the World Championships. The bad time or bad side of this of the medalists or was we can't go to the Olympics. It wasn't allowed because the government of east of Germany, they know that we can't win a medal, and so that's why it wasn't for us allowed to go to the Olympics. And we qualified many times for the Olympic Games, but it wasn't allowed for us. And the next thing is now we are professionals. We can make money for this. If you play hockey, you make money, and it's up to you. If you're good enough, you can make a lot of money. Everything, all doors are open for you. You can move to the NHL because every kid is dreaming for the NHL, and so now you can go. And it wasn't allowed in the past too.
Listen, Steffan, I just want to say your English is fantastic, so please do not apologize for it. You should hear my German. But we really appreciate you coming on and talking candidly about that. Obviously, people of our age remember, East and West Germany. But again, a lot of these young kids here in North America, I was actually there the day the Berlin Wall fell. I was in Berlin. I was playing in Eschweiler, and we heard the rumors. And we jumped in a car. It was the first time I ever saw a Trabant. So we drove all the way there, and it was spectacular. And I won't bore you with all the details, but we're at the Brandenburg Gate, and all of a sudden this party breaks out. It was absolutely incredible. So please do not apologize for your English. It's fantastic.
Perfect. Yeah.
Has Schopy frozen?
No, I'm here.
If the host leaves, it means it's your question.
Okay. So, Steffan, maybe you can tell us a little bit about the situation now in Edmonton with the team. What's new? Is the same that you can leave the room only 2024 or maybe tomorrow?
No, still now that's what we know. It's the rules from the government of Alberta is pretty clear. That means we have to stay tomorrow too in the rooms, and hopefully are we tested negative again, and then we can move on and we can go out on the 24th. And it would be funny to see, like, I think if you let the horses go, if the kids can go out and can go on ice. And so far it's a hard situation for us because we are getting tested in the pre-camp in Germany in Füssen every day, and everybody was negative there, and then we arrived in Edmonton last Sunday or Sunday, what was it? 1 week ago, and then some players are positive, and next day some players are positive too, and we are shocked. We are under shocked, and it was hard for us to believe and to accept, but it is how it is, and we have to accept it, and so now we have to wait, and and you have to stay the whole day in your room, and it's not so easy for the players, for sure. For us it's hard, but I think we can handle it a little bit better, but for the players it's a really tough situation.
And I heard that all the players are tested positive, cannot practice or can practice, but they cannot play the first game.
You're right, because first of all, you have to accept, and you have to go through the IHF rules, return to play. That means all the players, they are tested positive. They have to make a healthy check-up, and I think it's really important because nobody knows what's happened in the future with this virus, and we have to take care about the players, and we have to check them up, and then they can return to play, and so that means for us the first game we will have I think 9 forwards and 5 Ds and 2 goalies, and it's a really tough situation for the players.
Yeah, definitely, Steffan. 9 forwards and 5D against Canada. It's going to be a tough one, but I want to know really quickly. I 2 months ago was in the hospital and I had the COVID test twice. When I got in and when I left, you guys are getting that test continuously. It was not a lot of fun. What it's like for these guys to go through it every day. And then I want you to talk to us about your captain. We are so proud of him. We had him. Schopy had us on the show with us. What a mature young gentleman to go so high in the draft and to be an Ottawa Senator. Talk to us about him and his maturity.
Yeah. First of all, I think the players they know how it works. The testing. We get tested in Germany, and it's the same procedure like here. And I think we have to accept it, and we do. And that it's part of our life everywhere now, I think. And I think it doesn't change so quick. And it is how it is, and it's fine so far. If we come to Tim, he is our leader in the team. He is our captain. He will present Team Germany as well, and he is a really nice person. He will learn every day, and he is under 20, still now under 20. He is a leader. He is a leader, and you can see it right now in this difficult situation. If we have work out in the rooms, and we do it via Microsoft Teams, everybody can see everybody, and we can control them a little bit on the workout. And he pushed the players. He pushed the players every day, every single day. He pushed the players. He is always positive, and he gives them good feedback. And if we talk to Tim too, he has a good opportunity, and he's a really nice guy. And even on ice, he tried to getting better every day. And I think that makes the difference between a good player and a super player.
Yeah. And we're hoping superstar in the NHL, and maybe not the first year, but we're hoping he will bring the Ottawa Senators a lot of pride, and Canada a lot of pride. Of course, Germany. Talk to us about some of the other players that are missing from your roster.
Yeah, it's the same. What I said before, it hurts us too. We miss the goalie, Tobias Ančička. He is playing right now with the Eisbären Berlin against Wolfsburg, and first DL game this season. And so far, I can see it. He makes a pretty good job now, and we will miss him. The same as with the other Berlin guys, drafted guy Lukas Reichel. We miss him too. His offensive skills we will miss, and the third Berlin guy, Nino Kinder. He is a really good center, important center for us, offensively and defensively, and special teams too. And but what we can do, nothing. We can talk about how hard it is for us, but we can change it. So this is how it is, and we have to move on. We have to stay positive, and and try to play for them too.
Listen, Paul, you know it too. It's not always, they've got this big, overwhelming Team Canada is coming up and everybody's nervous. You know what? You've been on teams, Paul, where guys like that, especially with good quality coaches, which you have, Steffan, will be able to bring them together almost like the David and Goliath And I'll tell you what, David's won a lot of matches, so you can't discount the Germans, especially with the success you've had over the last couple of years. It almost snowballs into, I believe, you guys played obviously in the Olympics, different kind of age groups, but nobody gave you a chance against Russia, and here you are, you beat Canada, and then you almost won silver. So
Well,
I don't think anybody should.
real quick, Gouche, too, you got to remember, you have to play the game.
Yeah.
And, in the gold medal game in Torino, we were playing Norway. We were given no chance to beat them, no chance whatsoever, similar to you against Canada. And we won 3-0 and got the gold medal. So you still have to play the game.
Exactly. Yeah, you have to play the game every time, and it's every day it's a new game, and you never know what's happened. But anyways, it's difficult, and with the group of players what we have in the first 2 games, and so that's we can't have a exhibition game. So all the 2 exhibition games are cancelled, and that makes it not easier for us. But now our exhibition games are against Finland and Team Canada. So we have to come back, because we have more than 1 week we are not on ice, and so we have to see it like this, and we have to move on from this point. At the first games, prepare for the game against Slovakia. Hopefully we have in this game coming the first players back, and then the last game against Switzerland. Hopefully we are completed, and we can move on.
Listen, Steffan, obviously Switzerland and Slovakia are definitely within your grasp of beating. Finland, obviously, I don't see without. I think the Germans will represent well. I think you've got with Tim and the group that you have, I think you'll do a very good job, and we're looking forward to watching it. Just before Schopy makes a couple of comments, Steffan, I want to go to the right-hand side. There's some comments that I think are important. Hello, fellas. David talked to Per-Eka Bachman, the head equipment manager from Team Sweden. All teams are healthy now, except obviously yours that are taken care of. The COVID situation. What we did hear, I think, Schopy, you brought that up, one staff member from Germany tested positive, but as of right now, there's been no positive tests, so that's a great thing. Steffan, I'm sure you know this name, Bruce Hardy. Servus, Steffan. Did you get a chance to play with or against him?
I play against Bruce Hardy, yeah. We played, it's a long time ago too. We play against them the relegation games. Berlin Schwenning. It was a tough fight. It was a little like a war on ice, because the winners stay in the league, and the team who lost have to go down in the 2nd division. And they had if I remember, they had a really good team. It was Wally Schreiber, Bruce Hardy, and I forgot the third guy, Martin. I think Martin was the other forward. They dominate the league in this season. And we are not a good team, and we lost most of the games in the season. And then they changed the coaching staff in Berlin, and Andy Murray was our coach. And then we beat Schwenning in the relegation games, and it was a big surprise. And I think Schwenning was a little bit shocked in the situation.
Hey, Steffan, the only team I got cut from in my whole entire life, the head coach was Andy Murray, and I love him dearly. He was a good Winnipegger, and we had so much fun. Talking about another Winnipegger before, Schopy, you can dig into this one. You had the coach, Butch Goring, a good Winnipegger. I went to his hockey school. Talk to us about that. Steffan.
Hi, Steffan.
You guys talk about the Krefeld experience.
Butch is coming, and he changed the atmosphere in the dressing room, and he believes in us, and he believes in the team, and nobody gives something on us in this situation. And end of the story, we won the championship, and I think Butch makes a great job in this time, and he makes a good practice. He changed the line a little bit, and as a person, he was a really good guy too, and as a coach, well. really well.
Yeah, right. Okay, Steffan, we go back to the World Championship. Is anybody from your staff, is it possible to watch the other teams in practice? Or did you see anything from the other teams in practice?
No, not yet. Because you have extremely rules. You have to. You have a time window where you can go in the ring, and the same as if you have to leave the ring, and so it's not possible to see the other teams or even to meet them. So it's not possible still now. Hopefully it will change a little bit if the tournament will be started, and so that makes, and that it's what the players like and what the players need, the atmosphere of a big tournament. So and that's what everybody is missing now, I think.
So Steffan, talk to our audience about the first game, Boxing Day, the 26th, Germany and Canada. Give some of our listeners a couple of players that we wouldn't know that we should watch for. Obviously, we know Timmy, but give us a couple of guys that we're going to really, really look out for.
Yeah, it's for us. This is the second game, and you can take a look on Peterka. He is one of the 3 players they are drafted in the summer. Samuel Dubé, it would be interesting to see him. I think both forwards, and then we have to take a look on Münzenberger as a D. It's a young D2, and I think the 4 players you have to take a look, and then hopefully all the Canadians will take a look in the other games that we play. Then a couple guys coming back hopefully, and some. It's Schuber, Maximilian Schuber. It's an interesting young D, and that's the group of players. They are really interesting.
Yeah. I love that nickname, Maximilian. That's a good, solid nickname. Are you going to be able to? You and the staff going to be able to watch Canada? We heard Canada's got an exhibition game tomorrow against Russia. Will you be able to watch that game?
No, only on TV. Hopefully they try to figure it out that we can watch it, because at the hotel rooms we can't see PSN, but they try to do the best that we can watch the game, and so that we can see Team Canada, how they play, that we get the idea what we have to do against them, and to give the players an idea what they like to do, and so hopefully it will work that we can watch the game.
Hey, Steffan, Bruce Jessup is watching and sent us, he's from the Ice Hockey, the International Hockey Archives. Sent me a great picture. It'll bring up some memories. Let's take a peek.
Oh.
1994-95 season, brought to you by Bruce Jessup, International Hockey Archives. Wow, how many years was that? Look at you.
Look at that sweater.
Bud.
The same hair, like in the past. Huh? I look the same.
Well, I don't know.
Still young.
Yeah, you may need a hat. Hey, listen, talk to us a little bit about before Schopy gets into the next question, your living standards. You just mentioned, if I understand correctly, the hotel doesn't have TSN.
Still no, yeah. But
Steffan, let me ask you this question. Somebody said your name's Steffan. I'm saying it right? It's Steffan.
That's fine. Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. You're staying in a hotel in Canada. TSN is one of our national sport broadcasters, and your TV doesn't have TSN on it?
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but they try to fix it up, and hopefully we have TSN tomorrow.
What, are you staying at the Red Roof? Paul, have you ever heard about a TV, especially in Edmonton?
No, and I've stayed in some small towns in Canada. Everybody's got TSN. I'm shocked.
I feel bad for you, Steffan. Schopy.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I wanted to finish the question. Sorry.
Yeah.
I got thrown off on the TSN thing. Talk about your living arrangements right now. Obviously, you had mentioned to Schopy, who told us that, the food's being brought to your room, and you're in this very, I wouldn't say small, but you're in a room. You don't have a balcony. I don't know if it's -40 there yet, but if you've lived in Edmonton, usually it's pretty cold. So it's got to be, is it depressing? What are you doing personally yourself? Obviously, you're working with the players. What are you doing to keep sane?
Yeah, you're right. We have to stay in the room. We can't go out. Only you pick up the food in front of the hotel room. And so the day start in the morning with breakfast. Then I do for myself a workout. I go on the bike, and so then we have a team workout. We stay in the team workout too. Then we talk with the coaches together. We meet us together via Microsoft Teams, and so we try to prepare the practices for the next days. We try to prepare our game plan, and we have to fix the game plan a little bit, or we have to change a lot of things now because it's a different situation for us. So then we get the dinner and lunch. Sorry, we get the lunch, and so in the afternoon we have a second workout with the players, and then we have a team meeting at night, and and then hopefully the sun goes down pretty quick, and we can move in the next day. So and hopefully only twice, and then we can go out. So, and yeah, situation is hard because you can't open the windows. It's no fresh air in. It's only the Klimaanlage. What is it in English?
Air condition. Yeah.
Air condition. Yeah, you're right. Air condition, and it's not so easy, and not only for us, even for the players too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Steffan, Sunday night we had a great show in Germany. Leon Draisaitl is choose the Sportler of Germany of the year. Wie habt ihr das, or how did the team that follow, or what did the player said about this unbelievable situation? Because he's the first hockey player in Germany since we have in 1947 this event that we have an ice hockey player who is the Sportler of the Year in Germany.
Yeah, it's funny, Schopy. It's really funny. Couple of days before, he joined us in a team meeting via Microsoft Teams, and he is talking to the players, and he give us some a little bit support, and we talked to him, and it was funny. And a couple of days later, he is a Sportler of the Year in Germany, and I think it's an important sign for our sport in Germany. It's not even soccer or other kind of sports. It's ice hockey first time, and he is a fantastic ambassador of our sports worldwide, and it makes us proud and happy. And for me, it makes me proud and happy that in the past I worked with him for the national team too, for the A national team on 2 World Championships. We played the first time in a World Championship, in a senior World Championship, and it makes me proud to work with him in the past, and hopefully in the future again.
And so it's great that he joined the team now and talk to the players. I think for them it's unbelievable that this hero meets the team and motivate the team.
The players they are a little bit shy to ask him some questions. He is talking more than the kids, but yeah, it's fine so far, and and you can see what he is for a person. He's a superstar worldwide now, and he is really with both foods on earth, and he's a normal person. He's not like I'm a superstar. No way. No.
And
that's
he's,
the Sportler of the Year.
yeah, and he's the second guy in the history of this event after Nowitzki that we have a Sportler of the Year. He played for a team.
That's
the
right.
Second time in history from this event.
Yeah.
And Schopy, before I go on to my next question, you guys will have final points to Steffan. I hope, Steffan, we can get you back on during the. I know you may be too hectic, but we'd love to get you on as the team is progressing. That'd be fantastic. But here's a comment from Mira Pup. It's in German, so I'm going to leave it to you, Schopy, to read it.
Steffan, du erinnerst dich ja auch Jahre später an Menschen aus dem Pub, die mittlerweile ihre Kinder beim Hockey haben. Viele Grüße aus Nürnberg. Mirja Pop. Ich glaube, die war früher hat früher in Krefeld gewohnt.
Yes.
No, yeah, for sure.
A big fan.
I agree 100%. Had no clue what that was, but
Listen, I wanted to make the comment before you go with your last comments. I just want to say, Steffan, I was up for Player of the Year in Lübeck, playing for Timmendorfer Strand, and I lost out to a horse. I lost out to a horse.
I hope the horse won a race, a big race.
No, but I was second to a horse. Like, I didn't race the thing. How does a sportsman?
At least when the horse has to go down, they shoot the horse. They won't shoot you when you have to go down.
But I didn't win, for God's sakes. I lost to a horse.
My last comment, Steffan. First of all, thank you so much. I know what it's like being on the road, getting ready, playing goal for Canada for so many years before a tournament. It's so hectic. So thank you so much for taking the time to do this. We're going to hope that Germany wins every game except for Canada. Of course, I play for Canada. Got to hope Canada wins game 1. But then I hope Germany, and I'll be cheering for Germany. Last thing I want to know, are the players, because I know every time I traveled the world as a Canadian player, we always had a roommate. We never had the same room. Do the players have a roommate now this tournament, so at least they have somebody, or are they by themselves?
They're by himself. No double rooms, no roomies, single rooms for everybody. It was part of the coronavirus rules. So.
Wow.
And that is how it is. Yeah.
And no TSN. That's even making me more upset.
But I think they will fix it up for us. So
yeah. I have to talk a story to Paul. And Paul, you don't know. Steffan is after now for 17 years a hero in Krefeld for the fans, because he scored an empty net goal when we won the German championship against Cologne. So he scored the empty net goal and the game was over. So
that's great.
That's unbelievable. So since this time,
long time ago.
So he's a hero in Krefeld for the fans. Every time when he comes to Krefeld, the fans are crying. It was a Ziesche door. So it was a Ziesche door. Ziesche goal. So that's funny. And Steffan, so we can hope that everything goes on with these 15 players, that nobody has tested positive before, and that the other players are early come back to the team. So because I think for you have a new strategy for the tournament. It's important the concentration to the both teams against Slovakia and Switzerland, and then we hope that we can stay in the A group after the tournament. Yeah, that's important.
Yeah, it's important, and for sure we will give our best, and we are proud to play for Germany, and we will present Germany as well we can, and it was a pleasure for me to join us. I appreciate it. Thank you very much, and Yeah, it was nice to meet you guys, and I wish you all the best. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year, and stay healthy for sure.
Yeah.
Stay most important thing.
Yeah.
No.
So, Steffan, as we let you go, please say that to everybody. From us, we are rooting for Germany. The final question I had, because I had this sent to me, and we heard the rumors about do you actually have a wristband put onto your wrist right now?
What does it mean?
A wristband. They put.
Yes, we have. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have.
And is it, just so we understand the complexity of this, if you go out of your room and say you want to go buy a pop, at the vending machine, you're not allowed to do that?
That's not allowed, and then you get a strike, and after 3 strikes, you're out. So you have to flying home. So, and I think we have to live with this, and it's a little bit like in the past, what I know from east of Germany, and they can control you. They can watching you everywhere, and but even that they can watching and find out everything about the mobile phones too. And but that the rules, and we have to accept it. And I think it's for every team the same. And we have to stay healthy. That's the most important thing, and that's why it's fine.
Absolutely.
So everybody knows that's watching. It's the same rule. Whether you're a player on Germany or Switzerland or Canada or Russia, you all have that same rules for everybody.
Yeah. Same rules for everybody. So
sorry.
Last question, Steffan.
Yeah.
What do you think? Who will win the tournament? Who's the best team?
I think it's a good question.
Yeah.
I think Team Canada they have a really good team together, and I think final. Normally, if everything goes on the right direction, the final would be Russia against Canada. I think, because the Russians, they have a pretty good team too, and they I don't know if you guys know that they play with the same team. The Kajala Cup at the November break in Europe, and they play against 8 teams, Sweden, Finland, and Czech, and they won all 3 games with this team.
Yeah,
they beat them. They beat the A team from Sweden, from Finland, and from Czechia, and I think they have a strong team too. And normally, the final, it's for me, it's Canada against Russia. So, and I think
a great goalie too.
Yeah, and they have a good goalie too now. They have a good team. And the Canadians, they have a pretty good team too. And it would be interesting how they play and how they develop in the tournament, how they grow up and as a team. And that would be interesting.
Certainly don't discount the United States. They'll always be there. But you're right. I think it's Canada, Russia. Listen, Steffan, thank you for your time. Schopy, always a pleasure to have you on. Thank you for organizing this for us. Gouche Live really takes it serious with featuring Paul Rosen. To have such great guests as Steffan and yourself, Schopy. Thank you, bud.
Merry Christmas to everybody.
Thanks, guys.
And nice Christmas Eve night, and we see us.
Hey, Steffan, when you get a chance, say hello to Tim Schutzer from Gouche and Rosie, because he was a great guest, and look forward to talking to him when he gets to Ottawa.
Okay, for sure.
Thanks, buddy.
Thank you very much again, and I appreciate it. It was a pleasure to meet you guys.
See you again.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye, Schopy. Oh, that was cool, eh? His English is great compared to yours and my German.
Oh yeah. You don't want to have me start talking German. That would not be good. We have an international incident. You know what I loved? I love the fact that we get to hear from somebody on the staff of a team that is going through such a crazy time. Gouche, you and I have both played in world championships. We've played in many tournaments all over the world. But to be in this as a youngster and the pressure, you can't leave your room.
Yeah, the only thing I could say is I did play in Rostock in the early part of my career, which was East Germany.
Okay.
People just have no idea. It is just bizarre when you think about. We played in Rostock. We couldn't shower because the showers didn't work, because in the old days a lot of the buildings were made with straw, so there were a lot of the buildings were crumbling, and they did a lot of cast iron, so a lot of the piping was, and I'm not making things up, you can go back in history and look at, I went on a little tour. You had to go to east, to get to West Berlin, you had to go through East Germany, and then through getting into West Berlin, and it was like going into a concentration camp. You got to the border from West Germany to East Germany. They had these fences, guard towers, dead man zone. You then got in there. You only had a couple hours to go from point A to point B. You got to checkpoint Charlie. You got into West Germany, and you only could get a day pass. I couldn't stay overnight. And I went on the other side and got into East Germany. Paul, it was night and day. I met people that didn't even know what a banana was. They couldn't travel. Like, it was that serious. So, and I know he was, Steffan was saying exactly what he's saying is they didn't see the other side. They were very controlled. As a sportsman, you got a little bit more of an opportunity. But don't forget, they also controlled a little bit because they didn't want them defecting. So they controlled who went and who didn't go.
Yeah, I think, you know what, I think that's very important that you say that, Gouche, because we have a lot of people that watch the show that they don't understand what the world was. I would have no clue. We take so many things for granted in 2020. Even though we have COVID and this world is crazy right now, we have no clue what your father and my father went through and grandparents back in the day.
Yeah. I want to say hello to Clive Conley. I know you're back on the repair, bud. You're mending well at home, I hope. I know Jane will take care of you. Hope everything's going well. And I can't wait till we get over this. Great comment from Bruce Jessup. As have I, traveled to several countries. The one USSR and Czech Republic too. I was in Prague before the wall came down. There was nothing like East Germany. It was like ironclad. So it was great to have him on the program.
Absolutely, and good luck to Germany. Other than the game against Canada, I want them to win every game.
Yeah, Schopy, who's still in the green room, has just let us know Steffan's father was a hockey hero in DDR. You know what would be a really cool show, and I'll get Schopy to work on this, to go back into the old history of European hockey, DDR playing West Germany. There were some incredible, the DDR had some incredible teams, obviously playing over there and playing with some of those guys, some hell of a great hockey players that maybe never got a chance to play in the National Hockey League.
I'm sure. Absolutely. That would be fantastic. That would be historical.
Historical?
Historical. It would be a historical event for Gouche Live to go way back.
I love it. Let's do it. We'll see the tube skates. All right. You've been watching Gouche Live featuring Paul Rosen, my buddy Rosie, brought to you by the good people at the Hockey News and Sports Illustrated. Do not forget, tomorrow we are on live at 4:00.
Take care, everybody. Have a good evening.
I was just
Let's play some hockey.